Abraham Lincoln was born into a poor family in a small log cabin in Kentucky. His childhood was filled with hardship, loss, and the long days of physical labor. He was raised on the rugged American frontier, where survival depended on relentless work, and the opportunities for formal schooling were scarce. His mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, died when he was just 9 years old, a devastating loss that cast a long shadow over his youth. Despite these immense challenges and having accumulated less than a year of formal education throughout his entire childhood, Lincoln developed a deep, insatiable love for reading and learning. In a world with few comforts, books became his most treasured possessions, his constant companions, and his window to a world of ideas, history, and the possibilities far beyond the confines of his rustic life. He would read by the faint light of the fireplace late into the night, borrowing every book he could find and meticulously copying passages to practice his writing. These quiet moments of study laid the foundation for the great orator and the thinker he would become, proving that the deepest well of knowledge often comes not from a classroom, but from an unquenchable thirst for understanding. Books became his window to a better future. As he grew older, Lincoln worked man jobs, from a store clerk to a lawyer. He was a rail splitter, his towering frame and the physical strength a common sight on the frontier. He was a postmaster, a storekeeper, and even a captain in the Black Hawk War, though he famously joked he saw more action with mosquitoes than with the enemy. Each role, however humble, shaped his character and deepened his understanding of the common person. His foray into law began when he started studying law books on his own, eventually passing the bar examination and becoming a respected attorney in Springfield, Illinois. It was during his time as a lawyer, traveling the judicial circuit, that his reputation for integrity grew. He was known for his sharp mind, his folksy wisdom, and above all, his unwavering honesty. This quality was so fundamental to his character that it earned him the enduring nickname Honest A.B. When the nation became dangerously divided over the issue of slavery, with tensions simmering and threatening to boil over, Lincoln entered the political arena with one clear, unshakable belief: the nation could not survive half free and half enslaved. When he became president in 1861, the Civil War erupted. The Southern states, fearing his anti-slavery stance, seceded from the Union, and the nation was plunged into its darkest and most violent chapter. The country was torn apart, brother fighting against brother, and the families divided by loyalty and ideology. The battlefields ran red with blood, and the casualty list grew to staggering, unimaginable numbers. As the leader of a fractured nation, Lincoln faced enormous, almost unbearable pressure. He was beset by criticism from all sides, from those who thought he was too aggressive in his war strategy and from others who believed he was not acting decisively enough to end slavery. He navigated political betrayals, military setbacks, and the profound personal grief of losing his own son, Willie, during his time in the White House. He was consumed by fear for the future of the Republic, yet through it all, he remained firm. His resolve was anchored in his profound conviction that the Union must be preserved at all costs. In 1863, at the war's turning point, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, a monumental executive order declaring freedom for enslaved people in the Confederate States. This bold act transformed the purpose of the war from merely preserving the Union to a moral crusade for human liberty, fundamentally changing the course of American history. Although Lincoln did not live to see the full peace he dreamed of, his leadership saved the nation. On April 14, 1865, just days after the Confederate Army surrendered and the long, brutal war had finally drawn to a close, he was assassinated by a Confederate sympathizer. The man who had fought so tirelessly to heal our wounded nation was struck down at the very moment of his greatest triumph. The country, just beginning to celebrate the end of the war, was plunged into a new and profound state of mourning for its fallen leader. He did not get to oversee the difficult process of reconstruction or witness the country's first steps toward binding up its wounds, as Tasway had so eloquently called for in his second inaugural address. Yet, his impact was indelible and his work was done. He had guided the United States through its most perilous trial, preserving the Union and setting the stage for the abolition of slavery nationwide with the 13th Amendment. His legacy remains a powerful reminder that courage, compassion, and perseverance can change a country.